What's up, guys? We're here in beautiful Lake George, and what we want to talk about today is getting away. And pretty much this weekend is we went away with a bunch of our friends, and we were in a cabin in the middle of the woods, no cell service, and we just want to talk about how going off and escaping and doing these little adventures and going and doing something different than our everyday life can really influence how we change our lives when we go back to what we had been doing. And recognizing the habits that work for us when we're here, the ones that don't, and what we can change and reflect to our everyday life back home.
Yeah, we're about to be going back now. This is like the end of our trip, and it feels like right now we can just go back to the everyday routine with a fresh take on it and sort of break out of any ruts that we were in previously. I mean, like, not that we were, but if we had been, doing something over and over that was just like not beneficial to us, that was like self-destructive in any way, eating poorly or not getting enough rest or not exercising regularly. When you get away like this, you can kind of go back to your routine life, this every day after day stuff, and kind of jump into it with a different like attitude and take toward certain things. And like, that if you were doing this like over and over, this thing that you don't want to be doing before this trip, and then you came and you kind of got the reset, you can jump right back into your life and attack that angle and like avoid whatever it was you were doing, or get into the new habit that you want to pick up for a while and just like start focusing on that stuff. It's just a reset button to get away from your everyday life for a little bit.
Yeah, and I really want to harp on the reset button. I think it is very important to do these type of things, whether you feel like you need to or not, because I don't think either of us felt like we had to reset ourselves, but it's just nice to do it, and it's just a nice change. And instead of doing our lives where we go to work and then we have the weekends and it's just like the same thing over and over, it's nice to just break off from that, as we said, and just do something new and realize that what we do in our everyday life doesn't have to be the way we live our everyday life. If we go out and experience new things, as we were saying, you can pull all these experiences and all the things that worked in these other places back home and utilize those and apply those in our everyday lives to just enhance our everyday lives. So basically what it comes down to is I would advise everyone watching this to do some sort of escape weekend or a couple days or whatever it needs to be, to just really give yourself, your body, your mind an opportunity to try new things, to break out of habits, and really just take the time to decompress, release stress, let everything go, and start back fresh to go back home and go upon our days.
Yeah, I want to touch back on what he said about like not necessarily feeling like you have to, but still going for it when you get the opportunity. Because I mean, when this idea first came up, it's something like, I feel like anytime something like this comes up, there's a little bit of resistance to it. Like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work, kind of. Even if it's going to be an awesome trip, like there's some part of you that's like, I'll think about it. But if you are in, especially if you like feel like you've been having the issues that we've been talking about, definitely jump into something like this whenever you get the chance to. Like, even if you feel like you don't really want to or it's not necessary, it's always good to get away and get a fresh perspective and get a different take on things.
And don't fear the change, and I think that's what you're kind of hitting, is that there is that resistance when we have these opportunities, because there's a change involved, there's effort involved, and it just sounds like this big overarching like effort. It's like, oh my god, like, do I really want to like pack all the stuff and drive 5 hours to get here? And realistically, once you do it,
It's worth it.
Yeah, completely worth it. There's really no other way to put it besides the fact that just try it. What's the worst that happens? You lost a weekend that you'd be doing the same thing you normally do. So either way, it's a change. And as we talk about in a lot of other videos, viewing this change as positive rather than a negative.
There's always a lot to be gained by switching it up.
And again, just to kind of wrap it up, bringing home the experiences from other places, getting rid of the things from our everyday life that don't work, and just really analyzing and reflecting upon what we do every single day in our normal lives, and mixing that with the new experiences, and really just making a blend of what we can do to better ourselves most effectively.
Yeah, nothing more than that, man. Getting away is great. Take advantage of it whenever you can, especially if you have a chance to come to a place as beautiful as Lake George, New York. It's been really great.
Would highly recommend it. So until next time, I'm Rob.
Dennis.
We're the Well Bros. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.